What'd you find? Bringing it with us? Come on, buddy. Let's get some shade. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It's one of those post-storm days. I think it was actually technically this morning. So
it was this morning at like 6 a.m.
Today's the storm day.
And I have already checked my rain gauge. So in about, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours, we got an inch of rain.
An inch?
That's a lot.
That's like that much. Maybe like that.
I had to go in and tie up all of my tomato plants because I hadn't done that yet. I hadn't needed to, and they need it now.
Which also, we haven't had any rain since the last time we complained about getting too much rain. So this is where we come back full circle, and we are very thankful for the rain. It was very needed. So right now it's a little muggy, but it's not as hot as it has been for the last couple weeks.
Are you complaining? Because I feel like it feels great.
I'm not complaining.
Especially compared to the mugginess of last night.
Well, no, I'm just giving them so they can feel like they're here with us on the trail. There's a breeze coming. I think it's about 78 to 82 degrees.
Yeah, guys, that feels great.
Now you know. Now you can feel it with us while you're watching the video. We got Bruin Man on the trail. And one thing that we like to do after a good storm is check on what came down. Looks like everything. Now, there's one of our widowmakers still lodged up there. Ever since we had that big tree come down by the office. Hey, what are you doing there?
I have my web stick. You gotta have a web stick to knock all the webs down, otherwise you're gonna take it in the face.
That's
Ooh, can't say that.
Yeah, the only problem is I need you to carry it a little bit higher because you're covering about 5'4".
Well, you know.
And I'm catching everything above that.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. So yeah, that one dead oak that we had up by the office that could have hit the office. Ever since then, I gotta admit, there's a little bit of extra paranoia for good reason. And I'm really trying to study our big trees, where the limbs are over structures or animals or whatever. And I've got another one that I'm worried about. I am happy to report the other one by the office that has that real long branch that I was concerned about in the last video, that one didn't lose anything else. Not even those other hanging dead branches. So I can't really make sense of it, but I do know while it was windy and stormy this morning, Shannon and I heard one come down, and I think I know where it's at because I knew it was coming. So we'll go take a look at that here in a little bit. We gotta discharge some battery power out of Mr. Bruno, who just flew by us at about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's so fast.
A couple of them that we've been worried about, and we talked about definitely seeing some disease, are these white oaks up here at the intersection. Golly, there's so many spider webs out here.
I need to walk ahead of you.
Still hasn't come down. We did see some cracking in it the last time we were out here, and I wasn't 100% sure if it was just the bark or the tree itself. But either way, yeah, this guy's.
It did lose a branch off of that tree, by the way. That's new.
Well, it sure did. Yeah, it lost some little ones here. It even, I don't know if that one, I think I've put that one over there.
I think that one was there, but the one with the brown leaves, that's definitely new. And this one right here that you're standing next to, that's new.
Stick. Looks like a good spiderweb stick.
Well, it's a little too long for me. It gets heavy. They get heavy after a while.
Ah, I see, I see.
Come on, Bruno.
We're not extremely concerned out here on the trail to be super proactive, but obviously we don't want anything coming down while we're walking on the trail, or if the goats are out here grazing or something. So we're just trying to keep an eye on things. If there's anything we can do proactively, we'll do it. And Shannon said she's gonna buy a matching hard hat so that we can wear hard hats out here. And I gotta see if they make them for dogs. Surely they do, right?
Surely they do.
Goats got them horns. I don't know. You can drop trees on goats, they'll just eat them. That's what Dad and I do. Boy, it is beautiful at least.
Yes, it is.
I think I see some limbs out there that hadn't been down, yeah, in between, which that's, again, that's another, is that a triple stump? But yeah, that's also dead as a doornail. And I hear doornails are pretty dead.
He's like, I'm so fast, you can't catch me on camera.
I'm trying to get him running by us. What he's doing is he's going out in the woods, trying to find something to roll in or bark at.
That one, the spider actually got me.
You all right? What happened to your spider stick effectiveness?
I think that was a really big spider web.
It probably was.
Whew.
Yeah, I can still see some of the pieces up here. Duck head. So Bruno now, instead of like walking with us like Nala does, and even Hercules for the most part, now he runs out into the woods, looks for things to snack on,
Explores.
things to roll in, and then he lets us go ahead a little bit, call him, and then he sprints by us 500 miles an hour, finds his next place. He's a farm dog. That's what he's gonna do. Speaking of farm dog, totally getting him to ride the tractor with me now.
Yes, that was super cute.
Yeah, I got a little vertical footage we may throw in here. You make your screen go like that. But yesterday I was just taking the trash down the road, doing a couple other little chores. Bruno was out and I said, hey bud, you're gonna do chores with me today. Uh-oh. Bruno's gonna find you. He's gonna talk to you. And he was very curious as to what I was doing. Speaking of Bruno, where'd he go? And so I invited him up on the tractor, scooted my feet over to the right side of the floorboard. He got up there with me. We drove around. It was pretty stinking awesome. All right, Bruno. Show him your jets, buddy. Come on, big guy. Meow. Meow.
That's a good boy. Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
try not to make you throw up here. Meow. He just runs by us and then immediately goes back out into the woods. That is another really good sized white oak right there that I think is suffering from the same thing the one at the fork is, because that is dead and uniquely has basically an entire second tree growing out of it right there. Probably gonna bring that one down one day. Out here though, I gotta wait until late fall or winter time, because if I go out in that right there, I'm gonna come back with poison ivy and 900 ticks, and maybe even find some snakes that I don't really want to run into.
I love to see you run, dude. You are so cute.
At least he's going into the woods inside the trail. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
That's better than heading to the property line or back of the property.
Absolutely.
This is probably one of our top, 6 or 7, maybe top 10 biggest trees on the property.
Yeah.
That is also a white oak, but it is a beautiful tree.
It's beautiful. It gives out so much shade.
A lot of shade. You see how big it is? It's big. Oh, sorry, Bruno. This is your favorite part of the trail, isn't it?
He's like, I've been waiting for you guys.
He says, this is where I turn the corner and show you guys how fast I am. And then I
boy.
stop and let you catch up to me. Ain't
You
that
know
right,
what? A lot of branches actually fell off of this tree.
buddy? Really?
Yeah.
I think part of what the problem is, because we had that hot, dry heat for so long, these trees obviously get more brittle, especially those that have dead parts in them. And that's what I'm going to show you over there on that other big oak where we did lose a big limb. And then when you have that storm come through, you know, they're not well nourished with water and everything else.
Hang on. Babe, what's your name? Bruno, come here. Come on.
Babe, yeah, too many animals' names to keep track of. We're just gonna have to give them all the same name and just say their name. Whichever one listens, they get the cookie.
Yeah.
But yeah, those trees have been real dried out, and it makes them brittle and susceptible to cracking at their weak points that are inevitably gonna do it someday anyway. But I'm learning more and more when they're around the structures, the animals, places where Shannon and I are a lot. I may have to start taking down some trees that I really don't want to. Shoot, you can't keep up with this dog. His butt is still a little bit faster than his front end. Those back legs, he gets a real good speed going. They try to catch up to his fronts, and he got to pedal faster up front. So cute watching puppies grow up. Whew. Not bad. It's much cooler today, ironically. The high's only 91. I can't believe I can say only in front of that and that'd be a thing.
Yeah.
But it's not 97.
The breeze feels really good.
The breeze is huge. And because it got that storm out this morning, the humidity, while still a little on the high side, is not as bad as it was last night as that stuff was coming in.
It was awful last night.
Yeah, it was bad. The last known nest, guys. In fact, Bruno is checking it out right now. Guinea nest, that is. Don't know if you can see Camouflage Bruin Man. He's probably cleaning up the one broken egg that a raccoon or something got to. But it's been about, what, 3 or 4 days since the snake got in there and annihilated them. And the guineas have not laid there, understandably so. So they've not even been spending near as much time up here. In fact, I may go ahead and brush hog all this that I've been holding off on. I just don't think this is a great place, being all the way up on the hill, out technically on the edge of the woods. I mean, they're just asking for that nest to be obliterated frequently.
Yeah.
So they have moved on. I am hearing them more to the south, a lot, the last couple days. And in fact, yesterday when I was down in Goatville, which is our little fenced in area down there that the goats have full access to, the guineas now go in there, and Herc's totally fine with that. Herc's our LGD. And so the guineas have been in there. I went down there yesterday because they were talking and squawking a little bit. Shade. Shade. They were squawking a little bit, and I think there's a nest over there somewhere. Based on the males distracting me over this way, the hens were over here kind of talking a little different, but where they're at, it's not an easily traversable place whatsoever. And so these eggs, they may just have to go through the course of nature. They'll go through exactly what they have over here, and that's just part of it. That's what happens when you get an inch of rain in less than 2 hours. That's what happens when the weather warms up and you take care of those nests. Speaking of wasp nests, if you guys are new here or if you've watched any of our videos, you know I am an avid hater of wasps. Spiders, they don't really bother me. Snakes, nah. But I found a jackpot of wasp nests that I did not know were there. There's a good boy. Jumped in it. You literally just sprinted to it and leapt right in. That's a good boy.
Does that feel good?
That's a good boy. Whew. What you think, buddy? You got the right idea, man. I need to put some apples in there.
You think so?
This dude would be a pro bobbing for apples guy. Can you believe that used to be a version of fun?
Not really.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
You're so fast.
Meow. All right, well, I'm glad he got the zoomies and the trail and everything, but Big Boy went down really well.
He did, very well.
So Bruno's depleted. This is that other tree. I probably actually shouldn't be standing right where I am because I'm legitimately right underneath that big branch. But it doesn't appear that anything came out of that tree in this morning's storm.
Hey, I just want to give you guys a little update on the eggs in the incubator. I just removed the spinner. I added extra water, and we are down to the 3-day mark. So now is the time where we just let them sit and wait for them to hatch. So within the next couple of days, we should have some guinea keets, guys. That is super exciting.
Noisemakers.
More noisemakers.
Especially at least for the first 12-ish months, right?
Well, yeah.
Hi, big
hi,
fella.
Herc.
Hi, big guy.
You guys just all hanging out.
Happy to report, very happy to report. If you guys saw our last video, had a little incident. We thought little Mario might have broken a leg. He has shown no signs of any injury since that initial, what we saw on camera. The other day I did peek down here and he was laying and his left leg, which is the one that was injured, was straight out and the other one was tucked. I was like, oh, maybe it's still bothering him. Then you look over his brother Koopa laying the exact same way. So I think it's just what they do sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Look, Herc stirs everybody up.
Hi, sprucers.
Hey.
How you doing?
No, I said, where my hay?
Oh yeah,
My hay got wet.
Well, you did some work on it too, though, even though it's wet.
Right, but where my dry hay?
We'll get it. We got something to talk about on the other side of this pin first.
You're so polite. You see how thick these guys still are? They were really puffed up last night because they were chowing down on some hay. But I think what we're gonna do, guys, at least this time of year, since they do get to graze, they're still putting the herd on the hay, we're gonna cut their grain intake down to half of what it is currently. We did that not too long ago. And I say not too long ago, it's been a little while ago.
It's been a while ago.
And so each of them have been getting a half a cup in the morning and then again a half a cup in the evening. So they were getting 1 cup total. Before they were at 2. So now we're gonna go down to a 1/4 cup per serving, so they're only getting a half cup per day. But that way, I just wanna balance, see what we can do. That way that way they will be getting everything they need from the hay, what they get to graze on, and we'll see if it makes anybody angry. Luigi heard me doing the math and he understands math. I don't like it. Oh, Blue just shook her head no. So a couple nights ago, I had the goats out, we were grazing, Herc and I were up there hanging out, watching the goats, and I heard something start cracking, and it sounded big. And typically when you hear something that big, it's gonna be a tree coming down. Well, it's not a whole tree, but it is a branch the size of a whole tree from that massive oak right there. I don't know that the camera really does it justice. So we snuck over the hill and I noticed a branch right there split from that point and just kind of kept going back, but it got caught on the top of the branches of this tree here and it stayed connected. We heard this morning in the storm something fall and go thud, and that was it right there. I did know that it was not going to hit anything besides our scrap stuff here, which is a mess, but it's got me nervous about that tree, and that tree has drooping branches. What did somebody tell us? They commented one time, if they're hanging down, bring them down.
They need to go down, but if they're up, they're good.
You can tell we've worked on that a little bit. So I don't know, we're thinking about having somebody come and look at it and let us know, you know, I think you can make money on trees that size. And so if somebody can come out and safely take that down without crashing those limbs into the goat shelter or any of those onto the hay shed or any of the goats, we'd be willing to let that one go. If that was a straight swap or if you make money doing that, I don't know. But more so we're concerned, there's a lot of branches that don't look healthy up there. And I know it's just a matter of time before another one comes down. And it'd be bad if it was on any of this stuff.
Yes, it absolutely would be. It may be a case where we just need to have them trim it up a little bit and get rid of some of the dead limbs or the dangerous limbs, but we just have to have somebody come out and take a look.
For sure. Yeah. So this is gonna be another cleanup job. I gotta be real honest with you. When I was on the tractor yesterday, I had every intention of coming down and doing this, or starting on this. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't, because obviously I don't want that limb coming down on me. But I did get my spot brush hogged over there on the other side, kind of got some of that cleaned up, and that was good. But this is gonna be, that's gonna be a pretty fun little cleanup project. Hey, while Shannon's getting the food over there, I wasn't gonna tell you guys because I don't want to get in trouble, but I thought it was kind of funny and a proud moment. We'll just leave it at that. So we fed, everybody grazed, this was 2 nights ago, and put everybody up. Spent time down here with the animals, we're working on some stuff, whatever. Went up to the camper for dinner time, and 20 minutes later, maybe a half hour, I came out, I needed to go down and check the gate. I forgot if we closed the main gate on the driveway, because you know that keeps everybody out. I opened the camper door, and Mr. Herc is sitting out in front of the camper, just hanging out. They had all been put up. Everybody was put up. And I don't have any holes in my gates, anything in the fence, and I'm like, oh no, boy, it's been long enough. If those goats are out in the woods and he's all the way over here, like this is bad. And at this point, it's like late dusk. It's almost dark. Bad time for goats to be out in our woods. Very bad time. So we ask Mr. Herc, like, what are you doing, man? And he's just wagging his tail. And I'm like, boy, please, Lord, let the goats be in the pen. So Herc walks around with me. We come down here, the gate, the main gate is wide open. And all the goats are just standing right here, except for Mr. Earl. So all of the goats except for Earl decided to wander out just a little ways. He didn't get very far. He wasn't quite brave enough. But Herc came up to the camper to try to tell us, like, hey, the gate's open. You might want to come close that. So I came down, Herc walked right in with me, which was wonderful. And we went over, and the goats stayed in. They asked me if they could go out and graze again, but I reminded them that they are prey, it's dark. No, not a good time. So Shannon didn't get in trouble. I just laughed at her pretty hard for the most part, but I was very, very proud of Hercules and the goats. I imagine that as he was coming out, he turned around and told his goats, he said, nobody move a muscle or you will be in trouble by Sheriff Herc. And they listened. So, good job, babe.
Well, you know, I try to do my best out here, but sometimes things happen.
Did you hear the story I was telling?
Well, yeah, you were giving me a hard time about leaving the gate open.
I was.
It wasn't that I left it open, it was that I didn't get it latched all the way.
Yeah, these little things, you got to make sure they fall all the way on the other side. But it's okay. I was telling them, you know, it really made me more proud of the animals than anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have really, really good goats and a Herc.
Yeah, even you, Spruce. All right, buddy, I got to open this and you're not going out, okay? We're going to get you guys fed.
Let me in, guys.
Especially you, Spruce Loose. So Shannon's actually really brave for standing right where she was. I have quit using this gate. I'm not doing it. Maybe occasionally, but I run. When I open that gate, I run. And the reason being, the way I built the goat structure, the goat palace, you see that little 2x4 right there? That's just a little brace between the outer rafter and the wall to give it a little bit more support. Well, guess what? My wasps know that I can't see past that brace and I'm too tall from the other side to see it. And they've got a pretty darn good sized nest under there. In fact, I then did a walk around. There are 4 nests in total in this eave. And there's probably more on that back side, but I wasn't brave enough after seeing 4 nests. I had to get out of there. So we're gonna wait till, oh, yep, there's one right there. Yep, I love wasps. I love wasp Herc. We're gonna wait till late evening or come out real early one morning and do some work to them. And some people have sent that video of that guy that takes a jar of gasoline or a cup of gasoline and calmly holds it up over the nest and they all just die and drop in there. I am so not that guy, I can't even tell you. I will never, ever be doing that trick. Can't do it. Boy, could you imagine if you're doing that and one of them comes home and you're standing there killing all of them with that gas? What's that one gonna do? He's gonna try to kill you, sting you to death. Or at least me, I don't know. What about you? You don't like wasps either, do you, bub? So yeah, I'll see if I can sneak around there and get you a nice little picture of that wasp nest. Are you waiting patiently, buddy? No? Yeah, I heard you smacking around a little bit.
He was picking on Koopa.
Where's your food at, dude? Better ask for it. Huh? Yeah, he and Lil Mario and Koopa are still making some changes in the pecking order, if you will. You guys want to see something else gross? Well, I know, Spruce. There's one. That's the small one. Oh, this is gross, guys. I can't even hardly do this. There's another one there. Those are the 2 small ones. On my braces on either side of the shelter are the bigger ones. Blech.
Whoa, man. Whoa. Oh, yeah?
I think my favorite thing is that like nobody respects him or listens to him because he does that. Oh, Ouija, what you doing, bud?
Come on, boys.
Did somebody poop in your feeder?
Go on.
There you go. There's one more piece right there. There, you're welcome. What you think, brown eyes? You know what they say about people with brown eyes. I do have to give myself a little bit of credit. Each summer, I do still hate wasps, I know, and I'm adamant about it, but I'm getting better and better at just swatting them with my hat. In fact, today I thought, well, I need to get some vitamin D or calcium or whatever sun brings you. I need to get a little bit of that on my forehead, so I didn't wear a hat. Now I'm realizing how silly that is because I don't have my wasp weapon. But I think I'm getting a little braver because I normally, when we first started this journey, I wouldn't even be in here if I knew there were that many nests surrounding this thing. And I have to be that way because out here, there is truly no escaping them. I will say I've probably murdered more wasps than anybody on this planet besides exterminators. And I don't feel bad about that. I'm not going to either. Look at this guard goat. What are you watching, little Mario?
He is on something, isn't he?
What are you looking at, buddy? Can we go past you? You keep an eye on our backs, okay? I got a lot of cleanup to do from all the stuff I cut down, but it's really looking awesome down here. And I'm trying to kind of study the canopy to make sure I'm not cutting out too much of the shade, because I do like the shade, but you can see a little bit more sunlight is poking through, which will help with regrowth on the floor of this. Do you see her yet?
I don't see her. She's really out there, isn't she?
Yeah, I had to stand here and stare for I don't know how long. In fact, I hear her and she's not, I think she was on that tree trunk over there yesterday. I hear her out there, I just don't quite see her.
She's up there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, so when she was over here talking, the boys, Gray and both of the darker pearls, were over here, and then up in the grass were the other 2 hens. So either the nest is in that grass there, or somewhere out there.
And I am not about to go out there and look for a nest. It's a jungle out there.
That's a suicide mission.
Yeah, not worth it.
Death by woods this time of year.
Yeah. She's getting closer though.
Yeah, I'll see if I can sneak in from the other side and at least take a peek. But the way that when they were talking and I got kind of down here, now see, I hear him over there. I think that's on the other property.
It is.
There's no telling where these eggs are.
Yeah.
But these guys, the boys, when I started over here, they started doing their hooting and hollering to like distract me, which would think the nest is somewhere over on this side. But as you guys know, we learn every single day with these birds. And it's
We
been fun.
absolutely do. Yeah.
And we're hopefully adding, 15 to 22 more.
I hope.
That's what crazy people do.
Oh my gosh, we are crazy, aren't we?
Well, guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Get it, Ouija. Get it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I broke it.